Okay, so let's get started. Okay, we'll bring up the Cubby creatures, Joel and Brian. Hey, why don't you come and join me up on stage? Okay. Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going pretty well.
Hi, Huck.
Hey, Joel, it's good to see you. I got your letter last week.
Right.
And you remembered, I read it right on the air.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
I could see that a couple of the studio audience members were pretty moved. One person had to go to the bathroom and do something. I'm not sure what it was, but you know, I had to read it to everyone just so they could know what was going on, right?
I really appreciated it, and that's why we came on here today, because we really wanted to step up the efforts to find Cathy Barra.
Find her again?
Well, I mean, I guess now I'm revealing her identity for the first time, but the person of whom I was speaking was Cathy Barra.
So you knew Cathy Barra at some point in your life?
Cathy Barra was someone that the Cubby creatures went to school with. She was a girl that, well, you're going to find out the background on this story, but unfortunately she became mistaken for a rodent, or the kids started making fun of her and saying that she looked like a rodent.
I think I remember talking about the rodent with Myrtle last time. Yes.
Right.
Very large rodents, these capybaras, as far as I remember. Mm-hmm. So you guys, of course, wrote a song about Cathy. What kind of a person do you remember Cathy being?
Well, before or after the incident?
Well, long ago, when you actually had met her. Do you still have some vague memories of her personality?
I remember at first she was just a shy, quiet girl, and then later on she seemed like a shy, quiet, traumatized girl for the rest of the time.
Of course, as a result of the tricks.
And that's what we're doing here. I mean, that's why I wanted to come on your show and say, if you're out there, Cathy Barra, please contact us, because I don't know what we could do at this point to make any kind of reparations, but I would do anything in my power. We've already written a song for her.
So you hear that, Cathy? If you're out there somewhere, come on down. We'll have you on the show. We'll talk to you a little bit about what went on, okay? And Brian, now I understand that you've actually written a little bit of a story, some kind of narrative.
It's true, Huck, yeah. I wrote a story about Cathy, and the story is about the very first time that she found out that her name sounded like capybara, and this was the actual, very traumatizing moment for her in her life, where her life
connection was made,
changed.
So to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Giant rodent, me.
Yeah.
Not a very good moment to experience.
No.
I could imagine.
Pretty sad moment in her life, actually. You know.
So Brian, let's hear it. Do you have it?
Thanks, I do. Yeah. Let me get it out here. I actually brought a video of capybaras, but unfortunately, I taped it at the wrong speed, so we won't be able to show it.
Well,
but
I'll tell you what.
What's that?
Bring it on back. We'll show it
Really?
next time. Yeah.
Oh, that would be
great. I
great.
want to see some of these things in action.
Yeah, you should really see them.
Scurrying around and so forth.
Because I have a little idea about them that I was hoping people would actually get to see the capybaras themselves, and I'll talk more about that after I read my story. But I'm hoping, Mr. Fantastic, that you could give me a little bit of musical accompaniment at the very least here. Perhaps the Cathy Barra song itself, which I think I was running through a little bit with you beforehand.
He really likes that kind of thing, really.
Yeah, he picks up things really quick, that Mr. Fantastic. But anyways, here it is. Cathy Barra sat at her desk in her third grade classroom, daydreaming about what she wanted to do after school. It was 2 o'clock and the day was just an hour from being over. She thought that she might just go straight home and watch the TV as she usually did. She didn't realize that within a few minutes, her life would change forever. "You all know what rodents are, Mrs. Wallace," Cathy's teacher exclaimed loudly, jarring Cathy from her daze. "You just might not realize it. Mice and rats are rodents." It was the living life section of class in which the teacher talked about different types of living things. Plants, insects, humans, animals, they were all discussed. Cathy usually liked this part of the day, especially when they talked about animals, because she loved animals. But not insects. Last week when they talked about spiders, Cathy spent most of the time trying not to listen. Squirrels are rodents too, as are beavers and gophers. Cathy's interest was sparked. She thought rats were gross, but mice she thought cute, and she loved seeing the squirrels that inhabited the park by her house. She would sometimes even try unsuccessfully to pet them. Some people have rodents as pets. Mice and rats are sometimes kept as pets, but can anyone name an even more popular type of rodent that's kept as a pet? Maybe even one of you have one. A hamster? Little Greg Wilkie answered unsuredly. Yes, a hamster, Mrs. Wallace chimed, happy that someone knew the answer to her question. Very good, Greg. Do you know someone who has a hamster? Yes, Greg answered. Really? Who? Mrs. Wallace inquired. My brother. Oh, that's nice. I bet it's cute. Anyhow, Mrs. Wallace continued, most of the rodents we've mentioned so far are small in size, but there are larger ones. The porcupine, for instance, is a bit larger than the other rodents we've mentioned. But there is one type of rodent that's even bigger than that. The largest rodent in the world is about the size of a small dog and can weigh up to 100 pounds. It's called a capybara. Cathy Barra froze in her seat. Did she just say my name? She wondered to herself. Did you just say Cathy Barra? Jen Grissom inquired, half laughing, but not sure whether she actually had reason to yet. No, I didn't, Mrs. Wallace chuckled, but Cathy Barra does sound like Cathy Barra, doesn't it? I didn't think of that until you mentioned it. More embarrassed than she could ever have been in her life. Cathy felt the blood rush to her face, turning it a bright red. She felt faint and wanted to stop Mrs. Wallace from writing the word capybara on the chalkboard for all to see, as she was doing. She wanted the discussion of rodents to end and wished they would talk about something else. She hoped no one would make anything out of it, but it was too late. It started with a few concealed laughs, but then, to Cathy's horror, the whole class began to laugh hysterically. Cathy didn't know what to do. John Jorgensen yelled out, pointing at Cathy, "You're the biggest rodent in the world!"
Oh, my goodness.
And that's when they pushed her away.
Oh, my goodness.
That's when we pushed her away.
That's when we all pushed her away.
I mean, if you could believe that, you hear the story, and the way that Brian's told it is really nice, and it's very third person, and you don't hear the complicity of all of us in it, but we were there. You think those kids were horrible, but we were those kids, Huck. And now that, you know, we're older and we understand that beauty is a subjective thing, we just want to say, Cathy, we're sorry. You are beautiful. You're beautiful, Cathy. And I'm sorry. We're sorry. I'm sorry for all of my part and whatever. I hope you're okay. I hope.
I can understand your perspective, Joel. And again, Cathy, please, we can make it up to you. Joel can make it up to you. Brian can make it up to you. Just come on out. That's
Cathy,
what I say.
if you're out there, Cathy, please give us a call. Go to our website, email us, call 4150 Cubby, anything. Just contact us somehow.
This is a human tragedy. This really is. One of those things you might read in the feature section, you know? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Anyway, I see you got something under your notebook there. What's that all about?
Well, oh, thank